your very own Mr. Entertainment. Mark Mulgrew on 107.8 Black Diamond FM.
You don't know what's going on. You've been away far too long. You can't come back and think you are still mine. You're out of touch, my baby, my poor old-fashioned baby. I said, baby, 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 you're out of time. Baby, 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 you're out of time. I said, baby, 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 you're out of time. Yes, you are left out. You're left out without a doubt, 'cause baby, 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 you're out of time. You thought you were a clever girl, giving up your social world. Well, you can't come back and be the first in line. Oh no, you're obsolete, my baby, my poor old-fashioned baby. I said, baby, 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 you're out of time. Baby, 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 you're out of time. I said, baby, 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 you're out of time. Yes, you are, you are. You're left out without a doubt, 'cause baby, 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 you're out of time. Baby, 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 you're out of time. I said, baby, 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 you're out of time. Yes, you are, you are. You're out of touch, you're out of time, 'cause baby, 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 you're out of time. Baby, 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 you're out of time. Oh, baby, 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 you're out of time. Yes, you are, you are. You're out of touch, you're out of time, 'cause baby, 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 you're out of time.
The wonderful sound of Colin Chisholm and a version of Chris Farlow's Out of Time. That was good.
That's an oldie but goodie, isn't it?
It had a retro sound, as we were saying when we were chatting there.
Yeah, aye.
Retro sound, but it's actually got quite a fresh sort of sound to it as well.
Yeah, it's a wee mix there of the two. The bit that we were talking about, Mark, earlier on, the wee instrumentally break,
Yeah.
reminded both myself and Brian Spence, who produced that, of the old Dave D, Dozy Beaky McIntitch
Yes.
Xanadu, where they had the big whip.
That's it.
Bump, 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 bump. On the big country as well, the same sort of
Yeah, and a guitar,
Aye,
great
aye.
stuff.
Aye.
Great stuff. Now, we were talking in the first segment about the various bands and Opportunity Knocks and things that you did, and then it culminated into the band Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
tell us where that took you. That took you on a bit of a journey, didn't it?
Oh no, half aye. I mean, that was the big point up until this stage of my career, really, with Bilbo. It was a great time. We started off in about 1973, and by 1974 we had our first recording contract with Polydor Records. And just about knocked it off on the very first song, a song called Saturday Night. but we didn't get the playlist on Radio 1, and the playlist at that time was the all-important thing to get, you know. And then we almost got Top of the Pops even without the playlist, because we were doing so well with that thing, because all the local radio stations had picked up on it. Luxembourg had picked up big time, Record of the Week and all the rest of it. And we got a phone call that if it had gone up the charts, you know, it was in the top 100 certainly at that point, but it hadn't done anything else. And but BBC went on strike on Top of the Pops went. So I don't know. It just
Sometimes it's just your luck.
It was just our luck. Our luck was always bad, unfortunately. So that was that. So we kept plugging away with Polydor for a couple of years, with, you know, not too bad success, not big sales wise as far as records concerned.
You had a couple of TV specials as well, didn't you?
Oh, aye. But I mean, we were getting bigger and bigger and bigger on the live circuit, certainly. I mean, wherever we went, it was brilliant. It was mayhem, but it was brilliant. And we had a huge following of guys as well as girls. I've got to say how I say guys there. Something guys. But we had a big following of both sexes, shall we say. And the live stuff was incredible. We'd got a lot of television as well. We had, you know, various shows. There was Shangalang with the Rollers, Lift Off with Aisha, The Arrows, Supersonic, and then eventually, come 1978, we got there. Eventually, we got at last to Top of the Pops.
Yeah,
and Top of the Pops in those days was just Mecca, you know.
Yeah.
And like everyone else, when you go on Top of the Pops, you think the following week it's going to go walloping up the charts. But again, with our luck, and our record company, which is a very sweet wee label, and they were very friendly and all the rest of it, but they ran out of records, and we did Top of the Pops, and the following week there was no records in the chart shops, and no one could buy it. So when they're going into the shops to buy a Bilbo Baggins single, or Bilbo as we were then known, and they couldn't get it, so they just bought somebody else, you know. So we actually went on Top of the Pops and went down the way.
Dear.
Or maybe it's because they saw us.
But I mean, it must have been some way for you to spend the early part of your life, you know, following the dream and doing, you know, what you want to do from a very early age.
Oh yeah, aye. I mean, as I say, you would never ever change that. I mean, that was always, well, certainly by the time I got to about 14, that was the dream I was wanting to do professionally, singing, and to do it with a bunch of guys who became very close pals. You know, everybody really got on well in Bilbo. There was no sort of wee cliques in that band. They developed later. No, they got on really well, and it was just great fun. I mean, we travelled extensively. I mean, we were gigging one night. Again, this is the Bilbo Baggins luck. We were gigging in Fraserburgh, and the following night we were supposedly in Brighton, and we were in a van with the aeroplane seats and all the rest of it, and all the equipment.
Yeah.
This is before we'd actually made it a bit bigger and managed to get a truck with a huge PA and all the rest of it, and then we would drive about in a car, which was better. But we drove from Fraserburgh to Brighton and got there, and the gig was cancelled because there'd been a water main had burst in the club and flooded the whole place. We were supposed to be down there for 3 nights, sold out.
No mobile phones in the days.
Nothing. Nobody can get in touch with us. So we drove all the way down there, and now we're skint because we've spent all the money getting down there, and just a nightmare. But again, it's good fun. It was roasting down there. It was really, really, really warm. So
warmer than Fraserburgh.
Well, aye, that was the summer of 1976, and if anybody remembers that, we were getting burnt to cinders. We had a roadie who had red hair. Billy O'Rourke, God bless him, he's no longer with us. Lovely guy. And he got burnt to bits on the beach, and he was walking about like a robot trying to set the gear up because he couldn't move. But aye, great fun.
So who was all in the band then? Who was all in Bilbo Baggins?
In Bilbo Baggins, there was myself, obviously. I was lead vocal. We had Gordon Liddell on drums, Brian Spence on lead guitar, Gordon McIntosh on twin guitar at that point, twin lead, and Jimmy Devlin on bass. We then moved forward. Dev left the band. Tosh went on to bass guitar. Brian went to guitar and also keyboard strapped round his neck occasionally. And we progressed like that for a while. And then we got Peter Vitesi into the band playing keyboards, and became more keyboard orientated actually, because Peter, as if anyone knows Peter Vitesi, is an absolute wizard. He left us and joined Jethro Tull, and basically became Jethro Tull's whole band, because the rest of the band were no longer required once Peter became involved.
On the keyboard, yep.
Aye. So there we go. That was the
Amazing
point
what you can
history.
do with a keyboard, mate.
Oh, he was incredible. Aye.
Now, that takes me nicely, and you're saying about Brian Spence, and it takes me nicely into this next song that we're going to play. Tell us a bit about this song.
Right, Brian. Well, when Bilbo split up, actually, because what happened, Bilbo split up, having gone their life, and Chisholm and Spence came into being, and myself and Brian left Bilbo Baggins, left Scotland, and went down to London, and by hook or by crook managed to get ourselves into a recording studio and recorded an album of slow songs, all written by Brian bar one. We then borrowed money and flew across to America, and it's a long story, and it's very involved, and it's too long. This would take till 10 o'clock tonight to do, but we eventually signed with CBS Records in New York, and a huge advance followed. We came back, we bought the recording studio that would recorded the album, but unfortunately we hadn't bought the studio, we'd only bought a lease, and we didn't know that at the time, and spent all the money on a 18-month lease. We thought we'd bought the whole studio, and it doesn't happen like that in London. So Bilbo then became Chisholm and Spence. Very unlucky as well, folks. Anyway, going on to this song. This once Chisholm and Spence split up, we both went our separate ways. Brian went solo, and during his solo career, he wrote, and still does, he wrote this song, and Dusty Springfield covered it. With the Pet Shop Boys as producers, shortly before she died, actually. So I hope that's not an omen, because I've now just recorded it as well. So it's a great song called Reputation, and I hope you all like it, and I hope you all go and get it on iTunes.